We're going to start taking a look at algebra. So algebra is where instead of having numbers, we bring in unknowns or variables or some other name like that we usually call x. So before we do that, let's have a look at something very straightforward that we probably all know. So 7 plus 7 we can write as 14, or we can write as 2 times 7. 8 plus 8 plus 8 we can write as 3 times 8. So this means that I have 3 eighths. 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can write this as 5 nines. What we do when we start doing algebra is we move on. So suppose I have a box and the same box and the same box. So I can write that as 3 times the box. When we're doing algebra, we often write this, we often leave out the multiplied sign, and we often just write this as 3 box. Or sometimes we put a bracket on it, we write it like that, so 3 with a bracket and the box in it. And both of these mean 3 times the box. So this is 3 boxes, this is 3 boxes. Right, if I've triangle plus a triangle plus a triangle plus a triangle plus a triangle, that's 5 times a triangle, or 5 triangles. So I write that some of the time as just 5 with a triangle, and some of the time I write it as 5 with a bracket and a triangle. Alright, so 6 times star is just going to be 6 of these. So star plus star plus star plus star plus star plus star. They just about fit it in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 added together. Alright. 3 times let's say pentagon is pentagon plus pentagon plus pentagon. They're all meant to be the same. Okay, so that's the basic idea. What we're going to do now is we're going to do the same thing, except instead of shapes we're going to use numbers. So we can ask ourselves here, well, what does 3x mean? Well, remember now, 3 pentagon was pentagon plus pentagon plus pentagon. So this is short for, if you like, this is short for 3 pentagons. So 3x is another way of saying 3 x's. And that's x plus x plus x. That's 3 x's there. And you add the 3 of them together. In the same way that when I had back up here, when I had 2 7s, I added the 2 7s. And that's 2 by 7. When I had 3 8s, I was adding the 3 8s, so I had 3 by 8, which is 24. So down here I've got 3 x's. So in the same way, 4y will be 4 y's. So y plus y plus y plus y. Okay, and for instance, a plus a plus a plus a plus a. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. So that's going to be 5 a's. Or we'd write that as 5a. Okay, we'll leave out the s. But 5a means 5 a's. So if you've got 2 letters, 2 different kinds of letters, so suppose we have a plus b plus a plus b. Alright. So what do we do with this? One thing you could say is that I've got 5 somethings. Now that's fair enough. You do have 5 somethings, you got 5 letters, but we keep the different letters separate. So we aren't going to write this as 5 anythings. We're going to write it as how many A's do we have, how many B's do we have. So when we're doing this initially, it can be handy to write all the A's together. So I've got A plus A plus A. So that's all the A's. Let's put a red line under them. Alright, so A, so there's 3 of them there. And then have a look at the B's. So I've a B and another B. So plus B plus another B. And everything's being added together. So now when I go and I put these together here at the end, I have 1, 2, 3 A's. So 3A plus 2 B's. 2B. Now that is not the same as 5 times anything. Okay, we have to keep the letters separate. Similarly, if you were, suppose you were adding this, so suppose we had 3A plus 2A plus A. And we want to know how many A's are there. Well, if you're having trouble with it, just think of this as A plus A plus A. There's 3 A's there. This is, so we have a plus in the middle. 2 A's is A plus A. We have a plus there, and that's just 1A. Okay, A is just 1A. So all together here now we've got 3 A's and 2 A's and 1A. If you want, you can write in that phantom 1 that wasn't in the question. So 3 A's and 2 A's and 1A, and that's just 6A. You can see from looking at the numbers in front, I have 3 A's and 2 A's and 1A. So 3 A's and 2 more A's and 1 more A, that gives me 6 A's altogether. Alright, so if we kind of put all of this together, so let's say you want to see what's 2x plus 3y plus 4x plus 5y plus x. Alright, so the first thing is we'll gather all the x's together, and this is what you'd often hear called as put the like terms together. Alright, so these are the different terms. That's the first term, 2x. The second term is 3y. The third term is 4x. The next term is 5y, and the last term is plus x. Alright, technically I should have said plus 3y, plus 4x, plus 5y, plus x. Alright, so they're the different terms, and the like terms are the terms that basically have the same letter in them. So we got 2x, we got 4x, and we got x. So we put all them together. So this is 2x plus 4x plus x. And then we have a look at the y's. So I got 3y here, and I got 5y here. So plus 3y plus 5y. Okay, so when we put all that together, I've got 2 x's and 4 x's, so that's 6 x's and 1 more x. Remember, x on its own is just 1x, so 2x and 4x is 6x, and 1x makes 7x. 3 y's and 5 y's together make 8 y's. And there's nothing I can do with that. You can't put the two of them together. Alright, this is 7 x's, this is 8 y's. So what we have here is we have x, 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 x. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're adding them all together. So we've got 15 things that we're adding together. Now some people, I possibly shouldn't write this down, but anyway, some people make the mistake of saying, well, isn't this the same as 15 xy? And it isn't. Okay, because if you think about it, 15 xy's means I've got 15 things that go. So there's one xy, there's another xy, there's another xy, there's another xy, there's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to run out of space, or maybe camera room. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway, you get the idea. There's 15 of them. Now, that isn't the same as those. Okay, I mean, it's definitely not the same. We will come back to what xy is in a different video, but this and this are definitely not the same thing. So you can't do that. So we keep the like terms together, so keep the x's together, keep the y's together, and we never kind of intermingle them. Alright, 7x's and 8y's, that's our final answer.